Grade sixes, and welcome to our next kind of topic of social studies in regards to ancient Athens. Right, ancient Athens. We've talked about the people, right, and their roles in society, but today we're focusing on government. All right, this video is less informational, but it's more instructional because you have to do a lot more. I'm just kind of explaining it, so you watch this video quickly and you know what to do. All right. So right away, the first thing that we need to look at is this here. All right, this image here. This is a structure of a courthouse of the where the assembly is. This is where people would gather. But in it, you notice that the pillars, the thing that is supporting the entire building, are three different sections of government. You have the Council of 500, you have the Assembly, and you have the Court. And today, what you have to do is you have to investigate these roles and answer some questions about them. These are some general just roles of women in government and men and women. Remember, the big thing is right here where my mouse is citizens, right? They are the ones who can participate. They're the ones who can vote. So when we're talking about things like voting and participation, we're really only talking about this small section. Other people can influence them, like these people here can influence what the citizens vote on, but ultimately it's the male citizens that are making the voting. Here are our guidelines, right? Eventually what we want to do on Wednesday is compare what you know about direct democracy, that's what you're researching today, with representative democracy. All right, this is ancient Athens. Here is a map of ancient Athens. I suggest you look at it. I would actually come back to this at the very end of the video, at the end of it, because you'll know things like what the Sphinx is, what the Bouleuterian is, the Agora you should already know, and the law courts, right? So once we talk about them more, you can come back and you can start trying to find it. Here we have our first one, the Council of 500, right? So if you want to see kind of where explore the Bouleuterian, right? That's or the Boule, that's where the Council of 500 met. If you want, you can click on this link, right? If it's in red, if you click on it, it should take you to a website, and you can actually explore around that. You can explore the ruins and see what it looks like. So here's the first one. The Council of 500 is the first pillar of our Athenian democracy. What you have to do is you're going to read the text and fill in the information in this box. Oh, didn't mean to move that, but the box I moved, you can double click that and you should be able to type. All right? So the questions are, what was the Council of 500? How were they chosen? Who could participate? What did they do? Where did they meet? And how often? What you can do is you click on this link. That will take you to some information and use page 66 and 67, or you use page 67 of your textbook. Your textbook and this textbook are different, and they might have slightly different information. I've also attached PDFs, and that's where you can also get some of your notes. All right, look at the PDFs too. This is the second branch of our government in ancient Athens. It is the assembly. All right, so the assembly. What you're doing is you're answering these four questions. So what was it? Who could participate? What did they do? Where did they meet? And how often? So once again, you can read the text on this link in your textbook or in on the PDF. Right? This is important here, this middle thing, right? Not this picture as much, but where it takes place, right? The Sphinx, that's what we talk about a lot. This is where our form of direct democracy comes in, all right? So this is kind of showing us what's different about the modern day democracy and ancient Athenian democracy. Here we have a picture depicting a politician in front of the assembly. He's talking about something. He's talking about funeral, his famous funeral oration. So this is the politician in the center, and he's addressing all these members of the assembly. All right, you can click here to visit. You can click on these links to learn more about who this man was. So we have two big bodies that we've talked about right now, and we're taking a little pause so that you can talk about how were decisions actually made in ancient Athens. All right, so what you're doing is you're kind of filling in the blanks. You're finishing these sentences. So in the Council of 500, how were decisions made here? All right. In the assembly, though, how were decisions made here? Maybe how were they the same? How were they different? What was unique about the assembly? This should be about 1 to 2 sentences. It doesn't have to be too long. You're just saying, how did we actually make decisions in these two bodies of government? Here are some Athenians' rights and responsibilities. Please read through this because what we're going to do is we will eventually compare ourselves, right, and our rights and responsibilities in a democracy to Athenians. So you have to kind of know what they were first. Okay? So this is going to be a bit of a summary. It's going to explain exactly what were the rights of citizens. And maybe I should say that, right? It's not everyone, but it's the citizens' rights and responsibilities. The third branch that we're going to explore is we're going to talk about the courts. Right, so here is a picture of where the courts would assemble. In the center here, you would have the magistrate, you'd have the defendant, you'd have the plaintiff, like all the words we should know if we watch any law movies. And surrounding in here would be the jurors. All right, reading the information from your textbook or the things I've attached, the attached PDF, or I've attached a little extra things you can look at. You can find out who were the magistrate, who were the jurors, and how were the members picked. So you have 3 questions to answer. Last year, this is a summary video. It should summarize everything we've talked about and add a little bit of detail. What you're going to do is you're going to watch the video and answer these 5 questions. So, right, so you press play. If play doesn't work, send me a direct message. I'll send you the link privately. Maybe I'll even attach it to this, and then you can watch it from there. You're answering the questions in here. This is directly from the video, but these are the 3 kind of sections of government and the tiers. Right, so obviously supporting the entire system is the assembly. You'll learn that they have the most members in here. Then you have the lottery picked of the Council of 500. Right, then you have the judges, generals, and aristocrats. This is the only group that was elected, so you put yourself up for nomination, and you got elected here. But by being elected, you also have the responsibility of not representing the citizens, but doing a good job. And if you didn't, you could be kicked off, which was really terrible, or even sometimes killed. Here is a summary of absolutely everything. So if you couldn't find the information, you should be able to find it here. So there's no excuse why you shouldn't fill in the blanks. And that's essentially what we're doing. Work through this at your own pace. Read through everything. Fill in. Anytime there's a blank square, that means you have some questions to answer. All right? Let me know if you need any help. On Wednesday, as I said, we're going to go over all of this, and we're going to introduce it with a little more depth. But I want you to work on this a little bit by yourself for now. All right, sorry for that popping up. Got to end this video, trying a new program, and stopping. All right, have a good day, guys.